Hopefully it's not too windy out here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to record my Be Humane. If it's too windy and it's blowing on the microphone, I'm sorry about that. I'll do everything I can to fix it in post. So if you're listening to this now, it probably was already fixed and this is the best I could do. So here you go. So with this week's Be Humane, I think I was going to talk about expanding your friend base. I may have already touched on this, may have even already talked about it, but I'm out here right now and I'm not going to miss the opportunity to talk about something Be Humane on my Be Humane week. What I could touch on real quick is that if you've been paying attention to the news and anything that's been happening in the media lately, you've been getting a lot of people, predominantly white people, scared of black people or brown people or Indians and reporting them to the police for doing things that are normal, like moving into your apartment, sitting in Starbucks, sleeping in a common area in the dorm room, barbecuing at a park. I can't speak to what's behind that. I can only speculate, and I'll speculate and say that's got to be either ignorance, fear, lack of information, which means, you know, you aren't familiar with brown people of any kind, and because you wouldn't, those people reporting, those white people, they wouldn't report white people for doing those things. So it's got to be based on the color of the skin. Now I can't say that 100% for sure, but I'm pretty confident, I'm 99.9% sure they're reporting all these people for doing these things because their skin is brown and they don't look like them. And so the only way to combat that, outside of, you know, retaliating by suing the people or you know taking some kind of action against them, I would say that you probably, I guess if you're, let's say it like this, if you're one of the scared people, I would say hold on, like pump your brakes. Don't call the police, that's a little much. I would say you got to familiarize yourself with brown people. You got to expand your friend base. Get to know other people outside of yourself. Be more accepting of different, you know, cultures and what other people got going on in their life that don't look like you. And that's a real easy way. But you can only do that if you're a person willing to grow and become a better version of yourself. Outside of that, I don't know what brown people do other than keep living your life and doing what you're doing, and just pray to God that when the cops show up, they don't kill you. That's not real encouraging, but I would just say be peaceful with the police. You know, your rights are being violated, but you know, they are in a position to kill you. You know, state-sanctioned murder, they can kill you and get away with it because they always do. So I would say you got to take the high road, talk calm, you know, keep your hands where they can see them, and think about, you know, self-preservation. You got to protect yourself and keep yourself alive for your friends, your family, your children if you have them. So it's just, you know, it's a screwed up world we live in. All you can do is, if you're a spiritual person, pray, talk to God about it, hope that they're in a better place, people that lose their lives, people who are inconvenienced. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so keep pushing. You know, scared white people, you know, pump the brakes, man. I know a lot of the white people I talk to about this sort of thing, they get real defensive about it, and I can understand why. Don't agree with it, but I understand it, because all we're saying is, you know, these things are happening to us. Do whatever you can to stop it, prevent it from happening. You know, one of the things, in order to fix a problem, you got to acknowledge the problem. There is a problem, okay? Let's just be honest, there's a problem. Let me tell you this before I'll wrap up. I'm going to keep harping on this. Damn, I just got bit. That's why I don't like being outside. I don't like being outside. I'm not a real outdoorsy person, even though I was raised in the city. and also in Memphis, Tennessee, in the south. My grandma had a lot of land. If you're a more compassionate person, you wouldn't behave that way. So you gotta work on your compassion, and you gotta put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I was getting my allergy shot. I get allergy shots every other week, and I was getting my allergy shot, and there was this homeless girl. She looked like she could have been black or Hispanic, and she was sitting in the parking lot, and she kept coming in the office to cool off, and she would occasionally ask somebody to use her cell phone or for some money. And she asked me, I didn't have anything to give her, and I wasn't going to give her my phone because I didn't know her, and maybe she was going to run off with my phone, I don't know. But I wasn't trusting I wasn't that trusting, clearly. But the point I'm making with that is, I could have called the police on her and said, hey, this woman's in here harassing us and blah, 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 blah. But I was like, you know what? I don't know what her situation is. She's not hurting anybody. You know, she's asking questions. You're inconvenienced for like 5 seconds when she asks you the question, and then it's over, and she goes back to doing her thing and, you know, asking somebody else. You could have called the cops on her, but I was like, you know what? She's not fucking hurting anybody, so just leave her alone. She's not bothering anybody. And I can understand that you wouldn't want a homeless person in your business, and they shouldn't be in there bothering people. I get all that, but at the end of the day, in the big picture, you know, let's say she would have passed out there in that heat, and you're living in Texas, you know what the heat's like. Let's say she would have passed out in that heat and died. You know, just let her come in and cool off. You know, be a little more compassionate. That's really all I got. Expand your friend base. Get outside your comfort circles and zones. And quit calling the cops on people. Go on about your business. If you're not being hurt or injured, then why are you calling the cops? Relax. Pump your brakes. Think before you act. Alright. I'm out of here. Hope you guys are having a good week. I'll see you later. Hopefully some of this made sense. Peace. I'm gonna go hang out with my family and my son. They're up here up the hill.